Reasoning classes. Yeah, I think let me start again. So, welcome to all the kids. I think it's wonderful to have all the five girls today. Wonderful. Reasoning is one area which I believe is not taught in schools, but in my opinion, one of the most important subjects, primarily because reasoning is something which actually opens up your mind. It will help you to start thinking in different directions to solve a particular problem. Now, that problem could be in mathematics, it could be in physics, it could be science, it could be maybe knowing certain things in even Sanskrit, right? I think the way you memorize things in Sanskrit, reasoning is definitely going to help. And reasoning is not just about logic, but I think it is also about observation, memorization, and I think these are skills which are taught in reasoning. Other thing is that I think if parents are around, I'm sure that you would also understand that reasoning is one of the critical components in any entrance exams later on, including scholarship exam conducted by Government of India. So there's a National Talent Search Examination, which is a prestigious scholarship exam in class 10th. Reasoning is a component of, constitutes almost 50% of the curriculum. And that way, I think it becomes all the more important. And for this, I can tell you that we have Priya ma'am, super passionate about teaching kids. I think she takes this as a hobby, and I think that is the reason why she is able to do a very good job. She has been associated with us for now more than 3 years. And yeah, over to Priya ma'am for a quick introduction.
Thank you so much, sir. Well, good morning, everyone. Sir has already given a quick introduction about why reasoning is so very important. But when it comes to, schools, we may not pay so much attention onto reasoning as we should. So the reason behind that is, I don't know, but I must really say this thing or appreciate the fact about Olympiad success that they have taken this initiative to put focus on this subject, which is really very important with respect to all the other topics you're learning at school. Yes, like, see, I'm telling this in demo. After our 25 sessions are over, you would realize it pretty soon that, yes, ma'am, it's very much true that if your reasoning is good, your other topics will definitely be good, better, even best also. How? Because reasoning is something like in today's demo only, I'll give you a small chunk where you will be able to see how reasoning takes some questions from English, some from some from history, some from science, some from GK, some from maths even. So just like that, if you are practicing something over time which is related to all the subjects which are being taught to you in school, you're automatically getting better not just in one subject, that's reasoning, but in all the other subjects you're learning at school. And you know what, the major part, now see, this is a speciality of the live classes we conduct here. We are not just sticking to the syllabus, we are not just following the syllabus that okay, this is what we need to do, this is what we'll finish after this. No, rather we are changing the learning process. We are not just trying to understand what's the right answer, what's the wrong answer, why is it wrong, but at the same time we will also try to figure out what are we learning from each question. Suppose you give the same question to your friend, then what kind of qualities will you like to check in your friend? Suppose a question can be one of the questions which is checking whether you have good eyesight or not, whether you can observe nicely or not. Some question can check your memory skills, like how much can you remember. Some questions can check your calculation skills. And just like that, there are plenty of questions in reasoning which can check your various different types of skills. So here in the class, this is the best part of our live classes, that in the classroom, we not only, number one, we definitely focus on how can we get the right answer. Number two, we also discuss in groups. What do we discuss? In the groups, we discuss that why is option A wrong, ma'am, and why is option C correct, like that. And the third and the most important thing, which is a benefit for all of us out here, is that we also learn what kind of skills we are gaining with every question. So we'll do this in the demo as well, okay? Fine then. Excited for the demo, everyone? We'll start in few minutes only, but before that, Aarti ma'am will be showing you a very important presentation which will be related to your classes and the course. So if you have any questions in the middle, feel free to drop it in the chat box. We will be very much happy to take these questions and answer them. And then we'll quickly get started with the demo. All set? Okay then, just wait for a few minutes. We have a very interesting question waiting in the very first slide Aarti ma'am is going to show, okay? So be ready to use all your 100% of the brain, okay? Fine, over to you, Aarti ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Presha ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you on the platform. And kids, I'm sharing few important links in the chat section. So make sure you copy these links because these would be helpful for you to enroll to this program or any other program of Olympiad success. And now let me share my screen. And as Priyasha ma'am had mentioned, so there would be one question coming up. So let us start with that question. So you have to write down in the chat section what the answer is and why do you think that option is the answer. So we need both the things, the option as the answer and why that option is the answer. Okay. So here is your question and your time starts now. So which figure out of the following is the odd one out? You have to tell me the reason also, like why A is the correct answer, or B is the correct answer, or C, or D, or E.
Try to think in all the ways possible, figure out what are the differences, and then see what is the combination you are able to find out. Always remember one thing, students, odd one out is not only about finding the odd, but it's more about making a group of the remaining options. So you have five options, right? Four out of five will be forming a single group based on some similarity, and one will be missing out. That is the one you have to find out. So try to make a group instead of finding out what is the difference. Okay, that will make you give the answer quickly as well as correct. Try.
Anything coming up, students? No? Should we disclose the answer? No? Should I give you one more minute? Okay, I'll give one more minute and then I'll disclose the answer. Okay?
Yeah, you can try. Guys can try A, B, C, D. Like, just don't guess, but still try.
Yeah.
Ma'am, A.
Okay.
Okay, and why? Any guesses?
Ma'am, because in every figure, in any shape, there are four pictures or similar pictures, but in A, there are different pictures also, and not any four sides in any picture. I think.
Okay, I really appreciate Shreyanshi. It's very, very nice that you came up with this. But see, your logic, just whenever you find out a logic, no, Shreyanshi, the first thing you should do is again swipe through all the options. If you swipe through all the options, you will see option D. Option D is also like that, Shreyanshi, isn't it? Two different figures, square and a triangle, right? You were very close. You were very, very close.
Ma'am, but in the figure, in any
Mhm.
one shape, there is four sides, but in A shape, there in the first figure there is only five sides.
Okay, okay. So there are multiple opportunities, or we can say possibilities over here. Like, see, option E has 255. Again, you're very close. Option A has no four figure. Option C also has no four-sided figure. Very close, Shriyanshi. Why don't you just check the number of sides? Guys, one more tip, I mean, hint. Check the number of sides in all the options. And your time is only for next 30 seconds. Then Aarti ma'am will reveal the answer and I'll explain it. Hmm.
I think D. Ma'am, C, ma'am, C, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, C is the answer.
Ma'am, D.
Ma'am, C is
All right. Okay, Shreyanshi, I heard it. Arav, you were also saying something?
I was saying D.
D. All right. Why D, Arav?
In the D, there are four sides of the square and there are four lines with the figure also.
Very close. Very, very close. Okay, Aarti ma'am, shall we reveal the answer?
Yes, absolutely. We should reveal the answer. So the answer is D. But then why D is the answer? Arav is so happy. But why D is the answer? Okay, so let's discuss about it. So as Priyasha ma'am had given the hint, so Priyasha ma'am, you would want to take it like
Yes,
explanation.
sure. Of course. So you people have to do a little bit of maths with me right now. So the first figure, option A, has a pentagon and a triangle. If you add up the sides, that is 5 plus 3, you get 8. Similarly, if you add up the sides of the two square, that is 4 plus 4, you still get an 8. Now, in the case of option C, you don't get an 8, but you get a 6. Can anyone tell me what is the similarity between the number 8 and 6? They both are
Even number. Even number.
very good. Amazing. Very
All
nice.
have even number of sides and only D have odd number.
Yes.
Absolutely, Arav. Only D has odd number, and that's the logic. Arav has helped us. Thank you, Arav.
Thank you so much, and
Anyone?
thank you everyone. Yeah. So let us start with the presentation quickly. Let us complete that. So a brief about Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examinations. And again, the live classes which we are conducting. So these are again India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. And then we had this School Plus program. So now we are, towards the end of the session. So basically what happens in the School Plus program, we have 8 courses, which are math, science, English, logical reasoning, communication, which has both spoken, written, Vedic mathematics and coding. So we have all these 8 subjects together in the School Plus program. So what else do we have? We have CBSE classes for grade 6 till 12th. We have one-to-one preparation classes for various international Olympiads, if you would have heard of. So like IMO, SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, etc., etc. We do have classes for JEE mains. And now meet our international rank holders for the academic year 21-22. So these are the names. So now I believe as the examinations are soon going to start in the month of November, December. So we would be, getting different rank holders for the academic year 22-23. And maybe there's a possibility that all of you or few of you from this group would be, your photographs would be displayed over here. So now let us discuss about the Olympiad sessions, like these classes in detail. These classes would be conducted with around 20 students. And so these are group classes and the classes will be delivered through Zoom. There will be 3 sessions per week, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday will be the days. And the timing will be from 5 p.m. till 6:15 p.m. One student who had seen this message on Facebook. So basically our classes are starting from 14th of October, which is a Friday. And the timing is from 5 p.m. till 6:15 p.m. The sessions will be including a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussion on previous year papers. Also, the students will be getting reading material and practice questions on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. So soon I will be taking you through the tour of the platform, wherein you'll understand how to access the material. And finally, you would be getting topic-wise worksheets also to practice. Okay, so that also again I will be showing you on the platform. So let us discuss about the syllabus and the fees. So the syllabus link is there and I had shared in the chat section. I'll do it once again in case if you have not copied it. The fees is 5,310 rupees and it is a 25 session course. In case if you're interested to enroll to this program, you have to go to this link, which is olympiadsuccess.com/live/buy and make the payment and you will be enrolled. I would reiterate your fees will include online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success platform for logical reasoning. Coming up to the prerequisites, so you should attend these classes using a laptop or a desktop with good internet connectivity and use headphones. And coming up to the preparation part, so kids, you all would be knowing that preparing for Olympiad examinations is a bit tougher than your regular school curriculum. Hence, you would be required to spend few hours every day to cope up with the curriculum. And to all the parents, your support may be needed to, check the answers, reiterate the concepts. So that's it about the course details. Your live classes will be beginning from October 14th, which is a Friday, and I hope to see you all there. And a last note to this presentation, we have students participating from 35 plus countries, and we have students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad. So that's it about the course presentation. And now let me share my screen once again so that I can show you the platform. Okay, and then quickly, like Priyasha ma'am would be starting with her demo. So kids, what you have to do here is once you enroll to this course, you should go to the website, which is olympiadsuccess.com/login. You would be getting your credentials, which means that your email and password will be there with you. You have to enter that email and password and click on the sign in button. As soon as you click on the sign in button, you will be redirected to the dashboard on the profile page. You have to complete your profile. And then there are two important things over here. First is live classes, wherein you can access the material for logical reasoning. So what you have to do is you have to click on the subject part and click on logical reasoning. So here you are able to see all the 8 subjects actually. So the reason is that I've enrolled to all the 8 subjects, and that is why I'm seeing the all the 8 subjects. After the subject selection, you have to select the topic. So let's say coding and decoding I select. So all the material related to coding, decoding would be displayed. That is the reading material, practice questions and answer keys. Let us open each of these one by one. So first of all, I've opened the reading material. So here for coding, decoding, you can check the reading material. Okay. Then we have a few practice questions related to the topic coding and decoding. So you have to like attempt these questions, mark your answers, and then finally you can compare your answers by going to the answer keys, clicking on the link over here. Okay. So here the answers would be displayed with the explanation as well. Okay. So the next thing which is of importance over here is the schedule part. If you click on the view schedule button, so here you can see the complete schedule of the course. So there are 25 sessions. So what we would be covering in each session. So as you see over here in session 1, we would be taking up coding, decoding, part 1, part 2 in session 2 again. Then session 3 would be a discussion. Session 4 would be a test. So like we have structured it very carefully, wherein like which session we would be teaching what, and in which session we would be conducting a test, right? And then finally, as you go down, you can see like there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 super classes. So basically in these super classes, we would be solving previous year papers, and you can come up with any of your pending doubts as well. And Priyasha ma'am would be happy to solve all your queries, right? And then finally, we have this holiday calendar over here. If you click that, a holiday calendar would open up, and here you see the date. So on all these dates, the classes will not be conducted. And then here you see the Zoom meeting ID and password, wherein your meeting ID and password will be displayed. The next thing is the worksheets part. So what you have to do is you have to just click on the worksheets and select the subject. So right now it is logical reasoning. Just a minute. Yeah, logical reasoning. So here you see like all the worksheets related to logical reasoning will be displayed. So there are 33 worksheets for you to practice from. And each worksheet consists of 25 questions. So for analogy and classification, we have 4 worksheets. So in all, you have 100 questions to practice for analogy and classification, and similarly for the others. So once you complete these worksheets, like one worksheet also, so you can go to the performance tab, select the subject, logical reasoning, and then here you can click on the view button to check your answer keys. So this is all about the platform, and a demo would certainly be given on the first day itself, once you join the class. So we would be informing you how you can access the material and access the topic wise worksheets. So now we would be taking up the questions. If it's any questions coming up, any doubts, any queries you have, or all clear? Okay, Anaghasi is all clear. What about others? All doubts clear?
If
Yes.
you are not going to ask questions, then we are going to ask a few questions. Okay, so
Okay,
I
so
think
let's
let me
see
ask.
then.
Yeah,
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 Latika,
Aarti.
please.
So can somebody tell me like in how many sessions the course is going to be over?
25.
Oh, very good. That was like super smart.
Third exercise.
Okay, and let me ask a little bit difficult question then. So in how many weeks the course is going to be over? 4
4
weeks.
weeks.
No, that's not the right answer.
3 weeks.
No, don't make guess. I think also give the answer, right? How you calculated that?
So first you should know like how many classes will be conducted in a week, and then you already know there are 25 sessions to this course. Then you have to like it's easy to calculate the weeks then, right?
Okay, I think now Sonali has the right answer.
Okay, she has given.
Good. So you also got it. Okay, Shanshi, like what is the answer? 9. How did you calculate?
So we can do 25 minus 7.
25 minus 7. Why is that?
Why?
Okay. Do we have Sonali? Can she speak? I think
Sonali,
she has
can you
been on
unmute
mute.
yourself and
Give the answer.
explain why 9 weeks is the answer? Okay,
Okay,
so
I
out
think she
of
cannot.
25.
25 divided by 3. Yes, Sonali. So I think what happens is that there are 25 sessions.
Sir, actually there are 3 classes in a week and there are
Yes.
25 classes. So we will multiply it. So we will get.
No, we will
No, we
divide, right?
divide it, sorry,
We'll
we will
divide
divide.
25 by 3, right? So what do you
25
get?
by 3 and we will get.
So you get 8 and then you get 1 as remainder, correct? But you cannot say that you will complete the course in 8 weeks, right? So it will extend to the 9th week, and that's the reason we are saying that this course will complete in 9 weeks, correct? Yeah, okay, good. And on what days the classes are going to be held? What days and what time?
Tuesday, Friday.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Oh, Varun, you're like so fast. Good. So I'm sure, Priyansha, you're going to have fun. I think we have some super bright kids in this class. So, Priyansha, over to you for a demonstration of the topic that you have taken.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, sir. Everyone ready, right? Okay. So I want you all to answer in the chat, all right? So that others can also get some time to answer before they see your answer in the chat. And I'll be starting off the presentation. Just a minute. There we go. Yes. Okay. All can see my screen? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. You can send me the answers in the chat. I'll be looking forward to your answers in the chat for every question. Now, what I decided was I thought that let us not stick to one simple subject, one simple topic. Let's bring out more and more questions from the different dimensions of logical reasoning. Okay, fine, Arav. So we will start with the first question, which will be from the diagram based. Now, diagram based questions are something which checks your observation. We'll see more of it. Then we have analogy. Analogy means similarity based question. This is similar to this, then how is this similar, like that? Okay. Similarly, the next one is the odd one out. So odd one out is what? We just did one of the questions already, right? So odd one out is from that section. Then we are having the next set, which is sequence based questions. Sequence based questions is what will come after, like 1, 2, 3, what will come after that, just like that. Then mirror images, water images are again observation based questions where we will see what changes when we place a mirror on the left or right, what changes when we place the mirror at the bottom. And one very interesting topic, which is meaningful words based on the letters. Like some jumbled letters will be given to you and you will have to make a meaningful word out of it. Now, there's a trick. Always remember, everything can be done. Every question of reasoning can be done. Someone will take 1 minute, someone will take 10 seconds, someone will take 20 seconds, like that. But what is the advantage of having the reasoning classes? How will you ace over your other peers? You will be on an advantage when you will do these classes because you will learn some tips and tricks which will be exclusive in our class. Okay. So if you know that trick, the same question which you were earlier doing in 1 minute can be done in 10 seconds. And that saves a lot of time in Olympiads. You all know that if you have given it earlier. And lastly, the very special, the very famous, the very unique questions of Priyasha ma'am's class, that is chocolate questions. Chocolate questions are the special questions which you would find only in my class, where you will be getting some questions which would either come in your examination or have already come in your examination before. Okay, those are chocolate questions. So we all are ready to start, right? We all can get started. Okay, perfect. So the first question is on your screen. You have to complete the pattern which is shown on the right hand side of your screen. Quickly send me the answers in the chat and I'm going to have a quick look upon who is answering what. Okay. So over to you people. Send me the answers. Since it's a demo session, we may not be able to unmute everyone and ask the reason. But in the regular classes, we unmute each one of you one by one. And we discuss on why is a particular option correct and why is a particular option wrong. That's how we conduct the classes. And I totally understand that you people must be thinking, like your parents also must be thinking this thing, that in a group session, there is a possibility that the teacher might not be able to pay attention to every kid or something. But trust us, sir and ma'am, we'll be able to do it because we have been doing it for a long time. And at the same time, if there is a disadvantage which you people think that, okay, maybe in the group class, we may not get option or the chance to answer every question, or you may have to wait for someone else's doubt also. But there is a huge advantage which will overshadow all the disadvantages, and that advantage is that you people will be able to know the various ways of doing the same question. Let's say that one of you are doing this question by method 1, the other person is doing it by method 2. We'll discuss both the methods in the class, and then you can adapt to the one which you feel is easier. All right, so I'll just read out the answers. I've got the answers from Arav. Arav says A, Shreyanshi says A, Anaga A, Arunima D, okay, Himanshu A, Akshita D, Anushka A, and others have repeated the answer. So in that case, I will tell you the answer. Is it A? Of course, it's A. Now, those who gave the answer as A, quickly tell me, if you gave the same question to your friend, what is the skill which you will test in your friend? What kind of skills should be good in your friend so that he or she is able to answer it correctly? And for the ones who gave D as the answer, like, see, I'll just tell you once I get someone's answers in the chat. Observation, says Arav and Anaga. Very good. Yes, we will check the observation skills in our friend. If someone who is giving the answer correct to this question has a good observation skill. So the one who gave the answer as D, please check it carefully. There is no vertical line over here. Now, in this case, if you observe, 1 and 2 are mirror images of each other. So 3 and 4 should also be the mirror image of each other. But because this figure is absolutely symmetrical, means same on the left and right, so its mirror image will also look the same. All right, everyone? Good. You people did the first question very nicely. Now we'll do a second question, which is again a figure-based question. First, tell me the answer, and second, tell me what is the skill you are testing in this question number 2. Embedded means hidden. Oh, I already got an answer from Arav, from Anaga as well. Good. What is the skill we are testing, Arav, Anaga? Very good, Anaga. Others, feel free to answer, no problem. Even if it goes wrong, we are here to learn. Shreyanshi, it's very good. Tell me, what are we learning here again? What are we checking as a skill? Very good, Arav. That's right. Very nice, Anushka. What is the skill we are testing here, Anushka? Very nice. We are checking the observation, the one who can find out the hidden figure X in one of the options. I really did not get the answer from Himanshu and Arunima. Himanshu is not your name, I think. It's your brother's name, right? You can change your name or just type your correct name in the chat. I'll call you by that name. All right. Akshita, also, I'm waiting for your answer. Embedded means hidden. Yes, Akshita. So this figure X is hidden over here. So you have to be a good observer to find out where is the figure X hidden. This was easy, right? Much of the observation part done. Now let's jump to some other skill. So C is the correct answer. Those who gave C as the answer is absolutely correct. Now let's move down to analogy. Well, analogy here means what? Analogy here means similarity. So G is similar to 7 by some means. What is W similar to? You have to find that out. I give you 45 seconds to think over it, and then I'll give you a hint. Meanwhile, I'll have some water. Okay, Arav, what's the logic behind that? Okay, good, Anaga. What's the logic behind that? You can type it. You can take your time, no problem. Shreyanshi, nice. Okay, Himanshu, nice. Hey, I told you to write your name, no? Spell out your name in the chat. I will rename you. Akshita. Good. Arav, on which place it comes? Very, very good. Good, Anushka. You people are awesome. Okay, so everyone knows the alphabet positions. Not everyone knows the alphabet position, let me tell you. There are some big, big people I know, much older than me, who still don't know that the place value of W is 23. Why don't they know? Because they were never taught reasoning in school. No, that's why. So remember this. Okay, I'll just show you a table, everyone. Look, the table here is very evident that you can simply go and find out that ma'am, W is 23, just like G is 7. But the fact is that in the examination, they will never provide you a table with. So, ma'am, will we have to memorize it? If you are with Priyasha, ma'am, you don't have to do all these things, okay? You don't have to memorize it. You just need to attend the first class. Like in our first regular class itself, we'll be discussing some interesting, fantastic codes or tips to remember each one of the alphabet along with its number. For example, I can guarantee you that all of you, if you just write it with me once, you will remember it for lifetime. Try writing a G like this, and after this, instead of making a straight line, make a curved line or slant line like this. Yes, Arav. Just make a 7 like this, and I'm not asking you to write this G forever in your life. Just write this once, and this will help you to remember that G remains at the place value of 7. G remains at the place value of 7. Similarly, W has a very, very comic way to remember. Okay, I know it's very stupid, but it's very, very important. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3. So, how many spikes are there at the top? 3. How many spikes are there at the bottom? 2. So the place value of W is 23. It's very, very funny, but it's very easy to remember. Very, very easy to remember. Okay. So 23 is the place value of W. All right. Just like this, we have some amazing tricks to remember the other place values also. We'll do it in the next class. Okay. The first session of our regular classes. All right. Next question, please. Question number 4. Well, this one needs your attention, everyone. And at the same time, I don't want you to give very, very lame reasons like, ma'am, the distance between the beads is very, very more than others. So this is the odd one out. No, there is some amount of mathematics involved in this question. So please use mathematics to get the answer of the question number 4. Try it on your own, everyone, and tell me in the chat what can be the possible answer. Good, Anaga. How? Why? Hmm. Anaga has given me a reason. Very good. Himanshu also. Ishani. All right. Thank you, Ishani. I'll rename you. All right. Anyone else? Arav, because it has less beats. Oh, come on, Arav. Less is just a relative word. You cannot call it as an odd one out. You have to count the numbers. Count and check. Shreyanshi. All right. Any reason for that, Ishani and Shreyanshi? Why C? Okay, I'll take the help of you people in this question. Okay, let's do one thing. Can everyone count and tell me the number of beads in option A? Okay, Arunima. C. Why C, Arunima? Any reason? Can anyone count and tell me the number of beads in option A? I am counting. You can check with me. Arav has told 19. 19. Are you sure, Arav? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 beads. 8 on this side, 8 on this side. Total 16 beads. Thanks, Anushka. Thank you, everyone, those who counted it with me. Now, please count the B one, option B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6 on this side, 6 on this side, total 12 beads. Yes, Akshita. Thank you so much, Shreyanshi Anaga. Thanks, Anushka. What about option C, everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. Total 14. That's absolutely correct. Thank you so much, Anaga, Anushka, for helping me with the counting. And the last one, but not the least, our answer, our favorite, option D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. Unequal beads on the left and the right, the total of which is 15. So listen, the answer is no doubt D, but there are so many logics, and that's the beauty of logical reasoning. A same question can be solved with multiple logic. Logic number 1, even, odd. Logic number 2, the same number of beads on both the sides, different beads on both the sides. But still the answer remains the same. That is option D. Is it clear to all? What skill is being checked here? What skill is being checked here? If you give this question to me and I do this question right, you will say that Priyasha ma'am is good at counting, observation, and maths. Yes, Arav. Yes, Anaga. That's true. I'm good at counting. I'm good at observation as well. Yes, Shreyanshi. Absolutely. That's right. Very good. Always remember, when you know how to make a question, you can not only answer the question correctly, but your concept related to the question will also be crystal clear. Now we have a nice sequence-based question. So what will be, do it using back backtracking. Okay, I am not sure how many of you know backtracking, but if you don't know, Priyasha ma'am will explain it in next 2 minutes. Oh, 1 minute. Backtracking. First solve this, then solve this. That is called backtracking. Starting from the right hand side of the question. First find out which is the 10th letter from the left in all the English alphabets, and then find out which is the third letter to the left of it. I'll only give you 30 seconds. Okay, Anaga. Okay, Ada. Others, close to 10 seconds left. Akshita, good. All right, 10 seconds over. Shreyanshi, thank you. All of you are right. Good, Arunima. C is the answer, that is G. So the 10th letter from the left, I'll spill out one more trick here. One more trick to remember the place value, a very old and a very common trick is ijoti. Now, if you remember the word ijoti, this is nothing but a table of 5. What is it? It is a table of 5. E stands for 5, J for 10, O for 15, T for 20, and Y for 25. So using the word ijoti, you can remember that J is the 10th letter from the left. And if they are asking us to move 3 letters on the left hand side, they are actually traveling or making us go I, go H, and then go back to G. Always remember that going left means subtracting something, minus. And if you are going 3 steps back, you are actually going 10 minus 7, 10 minus 3, that would be equals to 7. So 7th letter is G, as you people remember from the last to last question. So the answer is option C. Well done, everyone. You all are doing excellent. Okay, now, what kind of skill is checked in this question? This is tricky. What kind of skill is checked in this question? See, you can't do this question if you are not good at the place values. Backtracking skill, okay, Arav. Anything else? What if you don't remember the place value of J? What if you don't remember which is the 10th place? Yes, Arav, we have to. This is a test of memory also. This is a test of memory. If you remember the place value of J, that is J is the 10th letter, it will really help you to do this question within seconds. Yes, Anaga, I was waiting for the word maths also. Counting is also checked here because if you do not remember the place value of the alphabets, you will write A, B, C, D, and then you will find out which is the 10th letter, do counting, go 3 steps back, and find out G. So even counting is a skill which is checked in this question. So what do you observe here? We are in the 5th question and we are checking 3 skills. That means when you go to a higher class, you will still get a question on sequence-based reasoning. But at that time, you will be checked on more than 3-4 skills in the same question. So this is the difference between you answering a logical reasoning question in standard 3-4 and versus you answering the same chapter questions in standard 9-10. Okay, fine. Let me show you the other question quickly. Oh, an easy question for all of us today. Mirror images. Now I'm gonna make you or give you some notes. First, you give me the answer in the chat. I'll write down some notes and you can note it down if you want. Oh, I've got answers. I'm writing in mirror images, top and bottom remains the same. Left and right interchanges. Interchanges means left becomes right, right becomes left. So what will remain same in the mirror images question? The top and bottom will remain same. So no upside down. If no upside down, so option A is not my answer. Option D is not my answer. What am I planning to change? I am just planning to change the left and the right. Currently in this picture, I can see that 2 is on the left and 3 is on the right. So in my answer, Ishani, do you think that D will be the answer? D has a completely reversed upside down star, which is not required. We don't have to change the top and the bottom. Okay, so Anushka, oh no, we have some answers starting from here itself. So Anaga, and then Arav, Anushka, and Sonali, and Shreyanshi are all going right. B is the correct answer here. Why is B the correct answer here? Because in our new diagram, the right hand side and the left hand side will change. I will have 3 on the right side and 2 on the left side. And that makes my answer as option B. Okay, when we will do it in the regular classes, we will be doing it in much more detail where we will be considering 2 and 3. I mean, we'll be considering the values, the diagrams, everything. Everyone clear with mirror images? What skill is required to do this question correct? Anyone? Okay, Ananta. What skill is required? Mirror image, that's the chapter name, Arav. Observation says Anaga. Yes. Yes. Good observation and good memory also. Because in the class, I'll make you memorize that in mirror images, the top and the bottom never changes, but the left and the right changes. Yes, Shreyanshi. D is the water image because it is upside down. Yes. But this is not the water image also, Shreyanshi. You know why? This kind of question or option is called as double rotated. What is the meaning of double rotated? Double rotated means top and bottom are also changing, left and right are also changing. This is not water image. Water image, this will change and this will remain same in water image. Top and bottom will only change, but left and right will remain the same. So if I be exact, then option A should be my water image. Okay, fine everyone, clear? 5 minutes are left. Let's quickly do the other question. Question number 7 is a very interesting question. You have to find out using the letters of the word carpenter, which word cannot be formed. Cannot. Very good, Arav. And what's the reason behind that? Which letter is the letter because of which you cannot make that word? Very good, Arav. Good. Okay, Akshita, why? Shreyanshi, why? Okay, Shreyanshi has changed her answer. Anaga says because of letter A. What was your answer? Option A. Anaga, A is present in carpenter, the second letter. So we can make nectar out of it. No problem in that. Ishani says it's C. Very good. Which letter, Ishani? Anushka also C. Which letter is not letting us get the answer? Yes, Shreyanshi. Yes, Arunima. That's right. I is the letter which is not present in carpenter but present in painter, and therefore we cannot make the word painter from carpenter. Oh my God. Looked like a rhyme, isn't it? Okay. What skill is required? one major skill, observation. The one who has a good eyesight and can find out quickly which letter is present in not present. Super. Yes, yes. Word test. Of course, Ara, word test. All right, perfect. Now we have some mathematics and the first chocolate question of ours on the screen, everyone. So this question is purely based on mathematics and it is a series question. So you have to apply what kind of logic is being followed here. First, find the logic and then apply the logic in the two dashes given to you. First, observe one thing and tell me the numbers are decreasing or the numbers are increasing. The numbers are decreasing or the numbers are increasing? Decreasing. Very good, Shreyanshi. Decreasing. Himanshi, okay. Ishani has given an answer. Okay, Himanshu, okay. Ishani has clearly mentioned only that it is decreasing by 7. Okay, Arav. All right. So if it's decreasing by 7, what's the answer? Of course, it's C. Now, see, I want to tell you something. I know that you observed it, you got the answer in the very first attempt. Now, there is a slight difference when you are giving the answers in an Olympiad and when you're giving it in the school. In the Olympiad, there is very less time. Guys, tell me what is 50 minus 7? 43. Now, check the first part of all the options. 44, 42, 43, 41. Now tell me one very, very frank thing. There is no other option which has a 43 in the first part of the question. Will you spend another 5 seconds also to do minus 7 and get 36 and check whether 36 is here or not? No or yes? Arab says no. Others? No. We will not even waste us. No, Akshita. No, listen, I'll tell you when to write a yes here. You should not do it because this is how you save even 5 seconds, even 10 seconds, but you will save something and you will use it in a different question. Now, why am I saying this? See, your answer should have been yes. Yes, ma'am, I will check the second part of the question. If I have none of these as one of the option, or if I have 43, 37 as one of the options. When two options have 43 or when one option is none of these, in that case, you should definitely check the full answer. But here in this case, you do not have any of them. So please save some time. Why is Priyasha ma'am asking you to save some time, students? Any idea? Because listen, this is a secret. Priyasha ma'am makes some questions for the Olympiads. So therefore, I can just spill out a small, piece of critical or secret information for you people. The secret information is that out of 10 questions, let's say you get 10 questions. Out of 10 questions in a Olympiad, 7 questions are easy, 2 questions are lengthy, and 1 question is difficult. So do you understand what is the meaning? So example, if you have 20 questions, this will be 14, 4 and 2. Just multiply with 2. Easy questions mean something which you have already done in the class or something which you already know, something which you are taught. That is easy. Lengthy questions are which you know how to solve, but are slightly more time taking. So if you save time here, you can apply that time in the lengthy questions. Similarly, if you save time here, you will apply that time in the difficult questions so that you can convert the difficult questions into lengthy questions. Okay, you can solve them. So remember that this pattern is very, very important. Now, can we have the last question for the day? Or if I can say the second last question for the day. Yes? All right. So here's the second last question for the day, guys. Do it very wisely, very nicely. very intelligently. What's the place value of B? Okay, Shreyanshi. Okay, Anaga. Okay, Arav. Okay, Anaga. You have 5 seconds. Okay, Akshata. Okay, Anushka. All right, Shreyanshi. So tell me the place value of B, everyone. The place value of B is 2 and 2. 22 is also the place value of V, is it? Yes. So the same way, A and A can be written as 1 and 1, and 11 is the place value of K. You can remember it like Kings 11 Punjab, the old name of Punjab Kings, if you watch IPL. So K stands for 11, and that's Kings 11 Punjab. You can remember it with this kind of a trick, okay? And the answer for this question will also be option B. Any questions, anyone? No? Then it's time for us to have the last question for the day. How was the session? Yes, that's the last question, always, of my class. I would love to know how you like the class, not just in the chat here, but you will also be getting a feedback form after the demo. So make sure you people use this, okay? And write it over there. Thank you so much, Arav. Thanks a lot, Anaga. Well, guys, I'll be sharing that link with you people again in case you want to check out the website or the other classes or this class itself. You can use this link, and thank you so much, Shreyanshi, Arunima. Thanks, Akshita. So sweet of you people. I really enjoyed it a lot. It felt like a very, very, intelligent class. Arav and okay, Anaga, just a minute, unmuting. Say Arav.
Ma'am, I have won a badge in my school maths badge.
Oh, very nice. That's interesting. Thank you so much for sharing, Arav. Anaga, you want to say something?
Ma'am, I want to show this IDKF paper which I finished on September 15th.
Okay, how did it go? Like it's the actual paper, the examination paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. How did it go? Good?
Yes, ma'am, it was very easy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Arav, for showing me as well. Okay, everyone, listen, I have pasted the link in the chat. You can copy that, okay? And so that you can get the details of the classes and everything. Hoping to see you all on Friday and in the regular sessions. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone, and have a nice rest of the day. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
If there are any questions,
Bye,
you can tell me. No? Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. Take care.